The most famous superheroes in history across all comic book lore typically have something unique about them, such as their superpowers, suit, and weapons. From gadgets to shields to blades to guns, here are the 10 most iconic superhero weapons, ranked. Hellboy might not be the most famous superhero to wield a weapon on this list, but he is one of the few characters from outside of the standard Marvel DC bubble that has made an impact on pop culture. Besides his immediately identifiable sawn-off horns and right hand of doom, Hellboy is also well known for brandishing his Good Samaritan gun. A rare exception to other heroes and weapons on this list, the Good Samaritan gun actually comes from the 2004 Hellboy movie, and not the comic books. Either way, this extravagant revolver fires supernatural bullets that can kill almost anything, and has become Hellboy's weapon of choice. Aquaman has not always been the most popular superhero in the comics or DCU.
No one's gonna take me seriously.
But that doesn't mean he isn't powerful or isn't strapped with a weapon from the gods. Over his illustrious history, Aquaman has wielded both the Trident of Poseidon and the Trident of Neptune, and he's equally as skilled with both. The Trident is not just a representation of the ruler of Atlantis, but it's a magical weapon that has the strength to take down gods. Tony Stark is Iron Man.
Yeah, peace.
Iron Man does not have any superpowers, but he does wear a highly advanced armored battlesuit, and I'm sure you already know this. Known for inventing many armors and weapons for a variety of different heroes, Stark's technologies have even been hijacked and used by villains against him. But I digress. There are many different versions of Iron Man's iconic red and yellow mark armor, both in the comics and in the movies. But regardless of which version is being presented, Iron Man's suit is not only a powerful weapon, but is as mainstream as it gets.
Managers, time to work for a living.
Now, this next entry is kind of cheating because this iconic weapon is mostly associated with the Mad Titan Thanos.
I'm thankful.
But it's my list, so get mad about it in the comments section or something. Anywho, the Infinity Gauntlet is powered by the 6 Infinity Stones, and is recognizable by anyone who's seen a movie over the last 10 years, or read a comic book in the 90s. As I mentioned a moment ago, most people connect the Infinity Gauntlet to villains, but there are a good handful of Earth's mightiest heroes who have worn the cosmic artifact as well, including the likes of Iron Man, Thor, and even Spider-Man among others. You had to know this one was coming.
I'm Batman.
DC's Bruce Wayne, much like Marvel's Tony Stark, is a billionaire who invents gadgets, gizmos, weapons, and suits in order to fight crime and save the world. That being said, none of these inventions are more iconic than Batman's Batarangs. The Batarang is akin to a ninja throwing star, or shuriken, but is carved into the shape of a bat. More than just a weapon, the Batarang is a symbol and a calling card for the Dark Knight. Villains beware. For those who come from the Tobey Maguire Sam Raimi era, you might think that Spider-Man is supposed to somehow shoot organic web fluids out of his skin. And as inappropriate but intriguing as that does sound, it is not the case. Peter Parker built his original web shooters himself, and they're a quintessential part of Spider-Man's capabilities. Out of all Spidey's powers, his ability to shoot webs is his most iconic. And if it weren't for his web shooters, Spider-Man would just be like a really strong dude who sticks to walls and stuff. Truly one of the oddest weapons used by an A-list superhero, Wonder Woman's golden lasso of truth is as iconic as her invisible plane. And if you can't tell, I'm being sarcastic. All joking aside, the Lasso of Truth is incredibly versatile and is an ancient artifact of the Amazons. Not only does the lasso make people bound by it uncontrollably tell the truth, but it can even help people restore memories or snap out of mind control. Furthermore, the Lasso of Truth is nigh indestructible, but can even alter its length to appeal to the needs of its beholder. Batman! The bat's so nice that he made this list twice, but this time it's not for a weapon he wields, rather a weapon he drives. The Batmobile is as iconic as the hero who built the vehicle himself, and even if you don't like the Caped Crusader, you have to admit that his car is totally badass. There have been a myriad of different versions of the Batmobile over the years. Some have armor, some look like tanks, and some are just souped up muscle cars, but all of them generally have guns or flames or oil slick accessible by the touch of a button. I wonder if some of those are stock features. There are few weapons throughout superhero history or Norse mythology that are as iconic as Thor's hammer, Mjolnir. In Marvel, the hammer was forged by dwarven blacksmiths and possesses the power to harness lightning and Thor through the air. The most unique quality of Mjolnir is that only someone deemed worthy can lift it, which very few characters have ever done. Thor and Mjolnir go hand in hammer. See what I did there?
You think this is funny?
And thus the majestic mallet and God of Thunder nearly top our list. Captain America could wear a potato sack, and as long as he has his iconic shield, people will recognize him. Or at least pick up on the fact that they're in the presence of Steve Rogers. Captain America's shield is made out of vibranium, and is simplicity at its finest. In a world filled with super soldiers, mutants, metahumans, and aliens, Cap's shield is truly what separates him from the rest. Of course, the shield doesn't define what it means to be Captain America, as US Agent John Walker learned the hard way. But it is without question the most iconic superhero weapon of all time. And there you have it, the 10 most iconic superhero weapons ranked. Did we leave any out? Tell us in the comment section below. And be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons so you don't miss any clunking comic content.